Month of May, our volunteer spotlight is focusing on the critical need for mental health care reform in this country and around the world.
Mental illness affects all people of all ages, and children are people too. Hi, I'm James Green.
And I'm Sherry Green. Children with mental health issues can have it pretty rough. They are bullied, discriminated against, and alienated.
And sometimes it's the bully that suffers from mental health issues.
This week's spotlight focuses on both scenarios, being bullied and being the bully.
And thanks to the folks from A#1 Air for doing these spotlight pieces, sponsoring them, because I think this is such an important subject when you're talking about mental health as it relates to bullying and the effects that it has on children. I know we've talked about it on the show a couple different times.
Yes, we have. And you know, sometimes I think it's learned from the parents. And I think a lot of times it starts in sports when they're like Little League and the parent is get him, kill him, go, you know, all of that.
Oh my gosh, I've seen so much of that.
It's messages that
having
start
kids in sports.
with those children. The bullying, I think, directly comes from the family, from the parents.
And I think also the way the parents treat one another, children, because just when you think your kids aren't watching what you do, aren't listening to what you do, aren't mimicking what you do, boy, just stop yourself and take a second, because I'm here to tell you, they see everything, they watch everything, they emulate what they know.
That's so true. And I think even with siblings, you know, if parents aren't careful to monitor how siblings treat each other. I mean, I was fortunate, not fortunate, but I was an only child, and so I never really had that type of interaction of like someone picking on me or like running to my mom and being like, so-and-so is picking on, you know,
Yeah,
so
me too.
So for me that was never a behavior that I saw in my home, and so I think a lot of it goes back to the home.
I wonder what you do as a parent when you realize that your kid's been bullying people at school.
You have to
I don't
feel
know how I
empowered
would have handled
to some
that.
degree.
I think in a lot of the cases, the parent defends it and says the kid wasn't really doing it.
Yeah, that would
you know,
never happen in my
there's
house.
never, I don't know, we don't hear about that, so that may be an unfair call, but bullying is a really huge sign of not a good image of yourself.
Yeah.
In other words, they do it because they feel powerless, and the only way they get power is through demeaning
Take
or
it from
putting
someone
down
else.
another person.
And I think something that we need to take into consideration, I think that the population needs to take into consideration, is that we're using the word bullying. Sometimes I think people use it too freely. Like if the three of y'all didn't agree with me, and I'd be like, y'all are picking on me, you're being a bully. It's like, I
No,
think we
that's
really
not
need
bullying.
we need to, but I think so many people toss the word around
Right.
very easily. When
And
some
it's
of
a
it
very
is just
serious
It is a
word.
very serious
Bullying
word.
is
and I think-
intimidation and physically intimidating or verbally intimidating somebody and getting others to support you.
You know,
That's what I think of bullying.
I look at these kids who, you know, I know a lot of it, the kids that are maybe 15, 16, 17, that are feeling like they're having homosexual tendencies, and they come out and they've been making these YouTube videos about like, I love me, everyone loves, you know, that they feel confident enough to come out because they've been bullied. And
it's because of people like Jason Collins who are brave enough to come out,
Yes.
you know, in the NBA and talk about that.
But then
that
you
give
think about
these
those kids
the
that were like killed and
confidence
that
to
are
do
beat and that are hit, you know, that think I want to commit suicide because I think that I'm not going to be loved and I'm not going to be accepted in my school or in my high school if I come out and say that I'm, you know, a gay high schooler, you know,
Right.
and so it makes me really sad, and I think it's really.
I think when we see
Hatred is a pretty powerful tool.
But I
Hate is
think
hate.
hate is, I think, taught once again in the home. I think
It is.
You know, my parents were, I was blessed that they would encourage me to just love on everyone. Like, that person's no better than that person, and that person's
Right.
no better than that person. And I think hate is something that people teach in the home, and they teach that like putting other people down to make you feel better about yourself. Like that comes
Yeah.
from.
And hate comes from fear. Fear that somebody else is going to get your property, get your place in
So you've
line,
gotta get
your
them
boyfriend.
first.
That's where two emotions, love or fear,
Yeah.
and hatred and jealousy and bitterness fall under fear. And
know
you
that-
know where love falls under.
Well, yeah, and we hope that that's what our default setting is. If you or someone you know needs help with this, if they need to talk to somebody, give the folks at the Contact Crisis Line a shout. They're at 972-233-2233 or at contactcrisisline.org.
Children's Mental Health Awareness Week has one simple goal.
Keeping the mental health conversations going 365 days a year.
You can be part of the solution by going to awarenessweek.ffcmh.org and ordering green ribbons to show your support. For the Volunteer Spotlight, I'm Sherry Green.
And I'm James Green. We'll see you here next week.